This is not financial advice on Toli. Toli is a cash tag for a token on the Solana network that takes its meaning from the image of an ape, which is what we refer to buying into a token with a great amount of enthusiasm means you're aping into the token. So in typical cryptocurrency fashion, somebody launched Toli the Trencher on Pump Fund about 7 days ago. And I believe the name Toli is in reference to Anatoly, who is one of the founders of the Solana chain. So I found out about this project from a group called the Boiler Room. So shout out Risk and Legion on the X platform, who are the moderators and founders of the Boiler Room. The Boiler Room essentially is a community of cryptocurrency investors who are sharing alpha, alpha being the term used in the space of cryptocurrency to refer to data points of interest to investors. And that is why the Boiler Room is so successful, is it's a group of like-minded individuals looking for investment opportunities in projects that are typically below $1 million in its market capitalization. So Toli, the developer of this asset, has engaged the Boiler Room. I believe it reached an all-time high of almost $500,000 in less than a week. This is very impressive for a on Solana chain asset. The Solana chain does not require cost of sales like Ethereum does. So the ability to exit your position is much quicker because the associated cost of exiting your position isn't hindered by the gas fees. To give you an example, I've paid $18 to $20 in Ethereum gas fees to exit when gas was high. You don't pay anything but fractions of Solana in when you do a transfer or a position close. And that's one of the reasons why Solana has become such a popular token on the blockchain, because anybody can access it, anybody can utilize it. And I think Toli represents a community that could continue to scale as people look for meme tokens that speak to them on chain. At the recording of this video, the Toli assets are around $260,000, I believe. Yeah, $260,000 right now. Like I said, it reached an all-time high of $500,000. So that's pretty impressive for a pump fund asset. This asset bonded at $69,000, meaning that it graduates from Pump Fund to the Radium blockchain. Although I think they've switched it up, and I now think Pump Fund has their own pump swap. So that's where it bonded to. Here's their holder count. It's over 3,000 holders on chain in less than a week. That's very impressive. So it's creeping up to 4,000 holders. That's very impressive. Like I said, for a pump fund asset to get bonded off of pump fund and continue to scale like this is really, it speaks to the power of the memes being created. And that's something I did want to bring up, is they're doing a great use of artificial intelligence video generation with their ape. So their page has the page coming up here. Here's their X platform. It's almost got 3,000 people engaging it. If you were to go onto their X platform, you'd see all these videos that are made by artificial intelligence, but featuring their ape as the center point main character. And I was very impressed with the quality of those videos, as memes and media really go hand in hand. So the more you can engage your community with video clips that speak to their target that they really want to connect with. And that's the most important thing in cryptocurrency, is understanding who connects with your project, right? And that's why Solana is such an impressive chain, is it really moves at a speed and a pace that allows anybody who has no prior interest or experience in cryptocurrency to be successful in it. Here's a screen capture of their website. It is extremely basic and almost just a placeholder website. Let me tell you about myself. My name is James Duryea III, aka the TH3 Crypto Kid on the X platform. I have a coffee company called High Volume Coffee Company. If you're enjoying this video and you'd like to support me or my channel, please go to my X platform, click the link in my bio, and buy a bag of coffee if you can. It really means the world to me to have your support. And you're not just supporting me as an individual or my company, you're also supporting multiple communities on the Ethereum network, as we take a portion of our profits and spot buy and burn the token supply that I'm the community takeover lead developer of. So I want to say thank you for any and all support you show to the High Volume Coffee Company brand. Toli being a favorite of the boiler room could signal that this asset has a long shelf life. I think that really kind of determined by how much the developer continues to engage the boiler room, continues to engage Risk and Legion. Risk does a lot of live streaming on X, and Legion hosts a lot of the spaces on X. If you're unfamiliar, on X, you can host a live space where individuals on the platform can either talk or listen to people hosting a space in regards to whatever topic du jour is. There are an exceedingly high amount of cryptocurrency spaces, and I think spaces are a fantastic way for investors and people interested in cryptocurrency to find out about projects, find out about team members, find out about the developers, and find the cryptocurrency that speaks to you. Toli was a pump fund asset that has now reached an all-time high of $500 million and is currently channeling between $260,000 and $270,000 on chain. And the longer it channels at that market cap, the better the chances are for this asset to continue to scale effectively. Remember, a meme token just represents community on chain. Your amount of tokens that you have is relative to the amount of market capitalization in the space. So the more market cap is added, the less tokens you buy for the same amount of money. And that's the reason why people love meme tokens, is you generally can buy a large amount of supply for a very low amount of money. And it's just a matter of being patient to see if that asset will eventually pump or not. That is the cool thing about meme tokens, though, however, is you as an investor can influence the people around you to see what you saw in this space in the blockchain. So whether Toli will become the next fart coin or will dust and retrace is largely determined in the power of the community invested in the space. The more they believe in Toli the Trencher, the more they push Toli the Trencher, the more other people eventually believe what those people saw initially. So I really can't speculate as to what the staying power of this Toli the Trencher asset is. Like I said, I'm covering it because I saw it in the boiler room, and Risk and Legion, the two moderators that really run that board, are really bullish and pushing it. So I wanted to help the community of the boiler room get some attention and some praise on an asset that is clearly a boiler room favorite. Now it just really kind of determines whether the rest of the market will have the same perception of this asset or not. And that's largely due to the work that the community does to push and propagate the meme and the message of Toli. So it'll be interesting to watch this asset continue to scale on the assumption that the developer does what he does in the boiler room. So I'm going to start to wrap the video up here. I want to say thank you for your time and thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Not Financial Advice 003. More videos about cryptocurrency coming soon. As for now, this has been Not Financial Advice on Toli.